the Velasquez fight took a little bit of heat out of it, but obviously, there's more talk about the injuries and stuff with the staff and all that stuff. It helps give them some motivation to it.
Yeah. What do you think about Nog since that time? Obviously, he's coming off a real big win, maybe a little bit of vintage form there. But what do you think about him? Difference between now and then.
I think he's pretty much the same fighter. I think that his boxing on his feet is more his strong suit as far as when he's standing. And then I think that jiu-jitsu is a half guard and stuff is probably the stronger positions.
He talks about being a lot healthier now, going through these surgeries and feeling like he's like a 2006 era Nog. Do you see that in the tape that you've watched? Do you feel like he is improving, or do you think that's just kind of a front on his part?
I think he's always going to be very positive. I mean, I think Nogueira, if you look at all those interviews, every camp before the fight was the best camp. Every training session was the best, and he feels the best, and he's back. And then after the fight, we talk about what injuries were happening. So it's hard to really get a fix on that. I do know that, watching the Brandon Schaub fight, he seemed still kind of hobbled and injured. But then he himself said that he was injured before that, or wasn't ready quite yet, I guess. I forgot what the statement was that fight. But he looked like the same fighter to me. The way he moved his head, the way he moved his hands, his footwork. But I mean, after 40 fights, how much you really want to change?
Is there danger of overlooking a guy like that, somebody that you've beaten before and you don't think has really gotten any better?
Oh, of course, there's always that threat. But I mean, that's one reason why in the gym I really try not to focus on my opponents as much as I focus on myself, on what I need to do and improve. If I take a shot on somebody in the class in practice on Whitehead, and they'll be like, well, that would take Nogueira down, but that wouldn't take down. Well, then it's not good enough. It has to take down. If Brock was in there, I wanted to take him down. Or Kane or Carwin, or I'm trying to beat everybody who's best at what position and beat them. Not just play to the opponent, because that's why I think you're caught by surprise.
Criticizing the fight in general afterwards, even though you came out on the winning end, he was kind of hard on both guys. Does that ever make you want to fight a certain kind of fight to please the boss, please the fans?
Absolutely not. Not even slightly tempted. I want to go out there and fight the best fight possible, because if you look at the most successful fighters, I don't think they really listen too much. I mean, Georges St. Pierre, he could take more risks, I guess, but then I think that'd be silly. He goes out there and wins fights, and he's very strategic about how he does it. I'm a fan of it.
Does it ever get difficult to kind of just steel yourself against that outside criticism style, especially when you're winning?
No, I kind of laugh at it. With the Miracle fight, I saw a little bit afterwards, I could have done a little bit more. I think I was overly cautious, and I respected Miracle probably more than, not that it's ever a bad thing to respect somebody. I think maybe I was really looking for the old Miracle. I expected head kicks to come flying, and really was watching for it. In the Roy fight, I didn't really see any criticism. I was like, wow, that was a big, tough guy that, I hit him a bunch of times, and I was fatigued in the third round they were talking about. I'm like, the first two rounds he fought pretty hard, and it was a little difficult, to pick him up and drop him that many times in a row. So I didn't really, that's why sometimes you listen to criticism, you're like, but I mean, at the same time, I understand though. It doesn't upset me. I guess that's why I laugh about it. Dana's the promoter. If I walked out there and got knocked out in 30 seconds and everybody cheered, he's happy. I'm not happy. So I want to go out there and win. So at the same time, he can be upset, or anybody can be upset back and forth, but I don't think we take it personally. I know that Dana, the promoter, is not Dana, the guy.